Okay, looks like audio is good. Just want to double check that real quick. But it is, so we're good there. Hello everyone, welcome to, I believe this is going to be race 5 of 18 for the VNS season. VNS is the feeder series to OMA, for not many people that might know that. This week I am going to be joined again by, once again, Fear.
Hello,
Andrew, who's back in the booth here after his win at Canadian Tire.
Wasn't a win at first, but now it's a win.
It counts all the same, even with some technicalities, but we are going to be going to Iowa today. A lot different from Canadian Tire. I don't think there's any similarities at all. Probably the most opposite you can get of a road course. So, quick question on Iowa. We always know that seems very dangerous in each of the turns. Would you prefer to run the bottom or the top here?
Me personally, I've always been a highline guy around Iowa. I don't know why, but I think I just like getting the huge runs off the corners and then being able to send it into turn 3. I've always liked the high lane here, but if you're on the high lane, you got to be really, really careful for that center seam, because if you clip it on a longer run, your truck is 100% going around if you're not careful.
Yeah, that seam is just deadly, and it's just gonna depend if some guys won't hit it, or you know, it's gonna be interesting to see. Hopefully we have a good show put on for us. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
Yes, it definitely will. Like I said, mentioned that seam. Getting on the pit road under green flag, if we have one of those green flag pit stops, is also somewhat of a challenge sometimes. It's pretty easy getting off, but getting on is the main challenge here. But I expect some precautions. Definitely a lot different from Canadian Tire, where it's all spread out. You're gonna have close quarters racing basically everywhere you look.
So we can go over the starting lineup just before the race starts. So we got James Mendez on pole position, and
First race for
the
him.
points leader of Landon Louch is outside. We got Texas race winner Luca Mazzilli and Hector Garcia in the row 2. Jeffrey Haranka and MJ Cerullo row 3. Kyler Scott and Ashton Peckwell row 4. Brad Qualls and Justin Newman riding up the top 10. Kevin Yergles and Tom Hawk in 11th and 12th, Gavin Downey and Colin Teague in 13th and 14th, Eddie Kalegi and JoJo Sims in row 8, David Hanks and Anthony Lord, in row 9, and Jenny Elhanan and Logan Eiffel starting the 19 and 20. Then we got the 18 truck of Patrick Garrett and Fisher G. Giannotti, I think I say his name. Andrew Miller, and I think it's now Jonathan Martin, as Robbie Keach could not make the race. And rounding out the field, the only Leech racing in tonight's race is Jose Perez.
So speaking of James Mendez, he's going to be our in-race reporter here, and this is his first race, and he's on the pole, so that's basically the best you can start for your first race of the season.
Manuals. Yep.
Let's say, whoa.
Depends. Yes. Not everyone's caught up. Mainly. But anyways. Yeah. Alright, Hades, do you want to include your audio real quick so we can get an interview for you? Little pre-race dial. Alright. Yes, you just need to include your audio. Alright. And before we get going here, we're going to dial up your pole sitter, James Mendez, in his first VRC race. How you feeling today, Hades? Do you feel confident about your truck, your team? How do you think you're going to do tonight?
I think I'm okay. I ran a quick LCQ earlier just to even get into the show, and it felt okay. I wasn't exactly quick, but I wasn't slow. I think I won't hang on to first very long, but I think I can hang around for a couple laps. I'll figure out some of the tire pressures and extra things. So yeah.
Alright, I don't want to keep you for too long, but I wanted to ask you one little quick question. How do you think you'll stack up against the guys like Landon Lyle and Logan Iliff, who are some of the most aggressive guys in the field? How do you think you stack up against those guys when it comes to a short track like Iowa?
Well, I know I'm not the fastest at Iowa, and I'm just hoping to do the best I can. And I was going against some of those guys in the LCQ, and I was at least with them for a couple laps. I think I gotta figure out the long run. I think these guys have practiced that, and I haven't. I didn't even know I was racing this until like 2 hours ago. So, yeah, I think I have my work cut out for me, but I think I could hold on for about 15 to 20 laps before things start going badly. But yeah.
Thank you. We'll try to dial you up throughout the night.
Hopefully I don't lag out.
Hopefully.
Alright, well, while we're waiting for the rest of us to start, we'll go ahead and get on to our good section here. Who is your main one to watch tonight?
I'll start off first. I'm going to take Kevin Yerglaze. I feel like he's been so close to that first win. As of recent, he's had a strong run at Canadian Tire, a strong run at Auto Club. I think Kevin Yerglaze is going to be one of your guys to watch tonight. Drew, who you got?
Yeah, Kevin's been solid, but I'm going to pick the person who's been solid all season long. I picked him at Auto Club last time I was in the booth. I'm going to go with Landon Lyle again. He's been on a really hot, just a hot streak wherever he goes almost. So besides Road America, he's been in the top 5 every single race he's raced in. He leads the points, and with Chad Eastwell not racing tonight, he's going to extend the gap to second place substantially if he wins tonight.
Yeah, those two are definitely strong. I'm at to go with the pole sitter, James Mendez. We know he's very good at saving fuel, and if it comes down to that, we know he's going to be one of the ones to watch for the fuel saving. He's very fast when he's not fuel saving. I mean, if he has the right strategy in the right place, he could definitely fall into his lap or even just dominate and just get the win.
Yeah, the fuel window will end up being 32 laps, so it's going to be interesting to see if some people can save that one lap every single run to make it to the end. And I know people who have shifters definitely love seeing that. If we have a long green flag run like we've had to start most of these races, it's going to be interesting to see if we can go the whole way. With 25 cars and trucks, it's definitely going to be a daunting task to make it that long, but I'm sure everybody up in that front, the fast guys, will make it a pretty interesting race to watch. Just going to hope that people don't make too aggressive moves too early and wreck a bunch of cars, but yeah, it's going to be fun to watch.
Mm-hmm. So as we wait for everything to...
As we're waiting for the lobby to get rolling, we're just missing about 3 or 4 people joining the lobby. So it's gonna be interesting. For sure. Yeah,
Just a quick sorry.
No, you go.
Okay, I was just gonna, just as a quick reminder, what they do here with these cautions, in case you've never seen it. Very first lap they go green, it would take half the field in a wreck to be the caution. Anything after that's around 2 to 3 cars depending on the field. So most of the time we do not see caution right away after we go green. It's going to be after like maybe first, second, third lap when people try to get more aggressive, especially with that seam right there. That we might see those cautions fly, but it's a little bit different here with BNS with the cautions. So just wanted to give anyone that hasn't seen any of it yet just a little heads up.
But yeah, I definitely think one of the main factors you guys will see tonight is going to be fuel savings. I feel like almost every Iowa race I've personally ever driven has had fuel saving come to play at least like once or twice. So I definitely would keep an eye out for people having to save gas, which is where, like you said, Evil, guys like James Mendez, Logan Iliff, he's alright at fuel saving, he's not the best, but so those guys' names come to mind, like Luca Mazzilli, the guys that have shifters that can roll to the corners, kick in the clutch, and save just that little bit of gas. That could be the deciding factor on who wins the race tonight.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Yep. Sorry. It's
Yeah.
just one of those fuel savings. It's a big thing in every track. You want to make sure if you need to, you can always fuel save. But especially if you know you're going to have to fuel save, you always want that strategy planned out since you know you're going to have to save it anyways. So we expect to see some people maybe fall off a little bit early, but that'd probably be planned just for them to save that little bit of fuel.
Yeah, if you're just waiting for, I think Anthony Lord said he was restarting his Xbox because he couldn't join the lobby. We're still missing some guys, so it won't be a full 25-car field that we had in the lineup, but I think we might have about 21 in the lobby as of right now. So it's gonna be fun to see. All right. I have one question. Over under on the first half cautions 5.
under.
I'll say over.
I'd say once these guys, once they get going and they stretch themselves out a little bit, they usually don't cause a whole lot of cautions. So I'd say there might be 1 to 2 early on within like the first 20 or so laps, but I think once they get it, these VNS guys find themselves in a rhythm, they usually stick to it till the halfway. So I'm gonna go with under.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with unders. If we can keep the lag pop and sends to a minimum, I think more than half the field is talented enough to not cause caution. It's that small 20-25% that can be a little antsy week in, week out, but with not as many people qualifying as normal, I do think we get a pretty early caution because there's fast guys that did not qualify and that are in the back. And then we have to get through these slow guys who make mistakes. So I think we have at least 2 to 3 cautions early in this race, maybe the first 30, 40 laps. And after that, I think we might get, all situated.
So we are loading in right now. We are going to be looking for...
Restart zone?
Yeah, I'll be in the restart zone, yeah. We're going to be looking for the truck of James Mendez, or known as Honorary Hades. That's going to be our pole sitter.
It is not.
See the virtual pit crews laying out at our Goodyear tires over there. Hopefully they're all ready to be used, because they're going to need them here at Iowa.
Oh. Will they enact their restart clause?
I just watched the 45 just like, oh, okay. Yeah, we're going to be restarting here since someone had a lag out already. So we will go ahead and get out of this. There is always one restart clause, so we will try this one more time, and hopefully no one lags out because they will not restart it again.
Yeah, as I've been told, there's at least 4 missing. I know that are 3 of them are Patrick Teague. We got Logan Ilaf and Colin Teague are all missing this race. Or I don't know who the 4th one is, but those are 2-3 people that are pretty solid at almost every single track. So those people missing, it's gonna be interesting.
Should be starting here in about like another 2 or 3 minutes. Give everyone back time to get back in the lobby.
Mm-hmm.
And then we will bring you some very close quarters mile track racing.
I think the lobby is about to be up and rolling again.
Man, junior stats look pretty good. Well, while we wait for this race to get going, our very own Drew Jula got his first win in the ENEA iRacing Series at Auto Club last week.
No, it was
Yeah,
at Iowa.
was Iowa. Excuse me, Iowa. Same difference. So it ties into Iowa.
There was some kind of track.
Yeah, I led I think 138 of 181 or something like that. Didn't start the best, started P5, and through pit strategy got the lead, and we almost never looked back. I would like to say that, but one of the long runs, someone ended up catching me, and unfortunately he and a lap car got into it and wrecked right in front of me, got the lead back, and that time I never looked back and won that race. It was pretty nice. I finished,
Oh, Hades leaving
I
the
think-
first pit stall.
I got 15th at Daytona after leading almost half of the race. It was kind of frustrating. Someone came down into me while I was pushing, and ended up finishing second at Homestead and ended up winning at Iowa. So you know what? It's kind of really nice. So as we're finally hopefully gonna start this race as they're loading up now. So only 17 minutes late. Unfortunately, people lagging out never helps us. As this is actually the first 100% race. No, sorry, second 100% race that we've done this. Why? This is the third 100% race we've done. Sorry. Alright.
Are the invites out yet?
I can send you an invite now.
In other news, I'm currently messing around with the timer for the RHRL LCQ. I don't want to talk about our favorite team right now. Our favorite team's kind of shit. Kind of poopy. We're gonna get demonetized!
Was finally getting green here. We'll see the 25, you know, get up to that lead. I don't know.
Oh, we
how
have one
many...
wag out already.
Yep, that's it.
That was Sebastian Kukla on the
Oh. He's usually one of the ones to watch too as well. That's unfortunate.
Oh,
like
no,
that?
no, he's an admin. He was just setting up the lobby. 60.
Oh, he wasn't? Okay.
Pace speed is 60. Fuel window's about 26 laps. I think we'll be going green here. I'll see in the race control.
We're gonna watch James Mendez in the 25 Eris Ford F-150.
Got Tyler stopped in the back straightaway, so we might not be going this time.
This time, so
This
green
time.
flag right here.
Green flag is out, and we are racing
Flag.
at Iowa.
James Mendez was a huge jump already. Gets back to the lead by himself into turn 1 and 2.
Yeah, as
That-
Landon Lyle gets down to
is-
that inside, he's closing up to that 25. Fine.
Landon Lyle
Dude,
currently
two-car
working
breakaway.
that
They're already
second lane.
3 and 4 wide back there.
As they come out of turn 4, your top 3 will be Mendez, Lyle, and Garcia.
You
And
see Wyndham Lyle go low in the corner. Mendez is going to go high. Might get the run off here. He will. They touch a
look
little
at
bit.
that contact out of turn 2.
Just looked like
I don't think.
Landon Lyle and misjudged, trying to clear himself too soon. As you see, two different approaches here from the top 2. One likes to, ride that top lane, as Landon Lyle actually likes to, go just dive it down in that corner. It's going to be interesting to see which prevails on the long run.
Right now it's looking like Mendez has been able to string him out on the high lane. But Lyle
Maybe
keeps on
he-
fighting back on the bottom. Oh, another little bit of
Oh, he almost tried to
contact
clear
there.
himself too soon again.
We see, as we see everybody starting to string out, as the top 5 is actually, I believe, that, so we got these 2 up there, then we got Hector Garcia, can't tell who's in 3rd place, that might be Jeffrey Hronka, and then, in
That
5th place
is
we got
Hronka.
Kevin Yerglis.
Kevin Yerglis is my guy.
Let's see a battle for second heating up here. Looks like Hector Garcia is
Hector
trying to get
Garcia
under
got
Landon
some-
Lyle.
Got that thing rolling pretty. Oh, we got one almost in the wall out of turn 2. That is only on wheels.
You see, actually, James Mendez takes the bottom lane here. Looks like he's trying to maybe switch around, maybe cut off Landon Lyle's lane a little bit.
We are riding on board, well, at least I am. I'm riding on board the Kalecki Cam. Oh, hosted by Eddie Kalegi or WB Network, for those of you that don't know. He's got that Flexo 99 rolling pretty here.
As we got a battle for the lead once again, Landon Wiles actually made his way under James Mendez. I think Landon Wiles is going to lead this lap, and it looks like he did.
Landon Lyle did lead that lap. We will go look. But Landon Lyle taking the lead here, as it's looking like he might have something. He's looking for
a crossover for the lead as
James Mendez wanting it back. Messed up his entry just a little bit.
And don't look now, but look at that truck in third.
Kevin Urgles. He's back in the fight.
As all three of our picks are currently 1, 2, 3. I don't know how we keep doing this.
Oh,
there goes Kevin Urgles.
Mendez clips Kevin Urgles.
And Kevin just puts his nose somewhere.
I think that was a solo.
I think it was kind of close as someone tried to cut their nose off where kind of didn't have enough space, and unfortunately, one went spinning. But as we see, Landon Lyle has finally gotten out to this lead as James Mendez is still right in second. Hector Garcia, and I was actually incorrect. That is not Jeffrey Honka. That is actually MJ Cerullo in P4. As
Mark Silas.
He's up for second.
Heating up. Well, he's having truck this week. Oh, jeez,
Well, now do you know we have to save a lap of fuel? We know Landon Lyle doesn't typically save, so what's the strategy now?
I think he needs
and let him run out.
Roll his corners. Honestly, I feel like that's the best thing he can do.
Landon Lyle continues to pull away. I think James Mendez is trying to save early as he's running an interesting line. You normally not want to be in that middle lane. You want to be on that top or bottom, and him running like that makes me think he is saving just a little bit of fuel. It's only one lap, especially early in this run, as I'm hearing word that the fourth car has pulled it into the garage. He is done for the day. Fisher G has had a tough season, to be honest, but he'll end up finishing, I believe, 21st place. It's just a tough season.
As we got a battle for third going on between MJ Cerullo and Hector Garcia, yeah.
I think that's believed. We just took lap 13.
This might become the battle for second. They're kind of both staying even with James Mendez as well.
Go down to here.
Landon Lyle pulling over to about a second and a half lead over James Mendez, but you got to think, when is James gonna try and start pushing his car back to catch up to Landon Lyle? I believe he's almost done saving, especially the gap that Landon's getting. So
I definitely think he's saving. I believe the two behind him might be saving as well. Landon Wiles definitely isn't saving, but
and as you head into 1 and 2, your top three is Lyle, Mendez, and Garcia. Hector Garcia's had an interesting season. I want to make a quick topic about him as he gets loose out of turn 2. That's something you're going to have to look out for as well tonight. But Hector Garcia's had a very strange season. I feel like he's always been consistent. He's always there when it matters. I feel like for Hector Garcia, always at the end of these races, if you look, you don't have to look too far behind the leaders to see Hector Garcia. So I honestly think that it won't be too long before we see the 88 truck pulling into victory lane this season.
Yeah, as you're bringing up Hector Garcia, I just want to shout out real quick to Joni Elhanan. He started P18 tonight, and he's running in that 5th position. He's definitely drove his way up here as he's catching up to those two behind, as we're going to actually have a battle for P4 as Joni Elhanan is under MJ Cerullo.
He's definitely had a very strong truck, and he might not be saving, though. He might be taking the Landon Lyle route here. It definitely looks like he has some extra speed.
Oh, he's going to slice him and dice him here as he slides up the inside of Garcia into 1 and 2.
Impressive drive. Can't believe,
Mm-hmm.
you know, after this start of this race
Johan's
and
up
everybody's so
inside.
spread out, he is
He's up to
gaining
third
on
now.
both Landon Lyle and James Mendez.
Working his way up.
You see the battle for fourth heating up once again. Hector Garcia on the inside, MJ Cerullo on the outside.
And don't look too far back, but there is Luca Mazzilli on his way to possibly. I think that's why. Do we have a spinner in the back? No, we don't. I thought we did. For a minute there.
We're gonna actually jump in the middle of the pack here. They're 4 wide and get in the wall. Just actually turn into one of them. 87. Oh, and we got a wreck on the front stretch.
Oh, yeah,
23 around.
Oh,
That's gonna be a caution.
that is 100% going to be a caution.
Tomahawk. Rex on the front stretches. We're going to come to the yellow flag. It's not going to look like it's going to be a saber anymore, as we were so close already, and as
I'm going to be
Landon Lyle
honest
leads
with you
them
guys
back.
here. I'm going to be honest with you guys here. I think this extremely benefits a guy like Kevin Uriglaze, who was running up front. Shows he has shown he has speed to contend for this win, possibly. And now he's just got that huge break to get himself back up to the front.
As the pits will be open this time, Landon Lyle will lead them down. James Mendez in second place, and like I was saying, Joni Elhain, what a run he's had to start off this race, starting P18 up to third place. Hector Garcia in fourth, and rounding up the top 5, MJ Cerullo.
This definitely benefits Joey O'Hain in here, because like I said, everyone was saving. I don't think he was, and now caution comes out where everyone's going to pit for fuel, so he's going to save all that track position now because of this caution.
Yeah. As you see, Landon Lyle entering his pits, we'll see who gets the. We're gonna hope our in-race, our driver is telling us lap counts doesn't lag out, because that would be pretty unfortunate.
That would be
Will
rare.
we're
we
gonna be on board.
see? I do want to ask: will we see any two-tire starts this late into a run? As we're getting pretty
No.
close to the pit window. As Landon
sure.
Lyle beats out
No,
James
you gotta take
Mendez.
4 here. Looks like Landon Lyle and James Mendez 1-2, Hector Garcia and Joni O'Hain looks like 4th there.
Mhm.
Yeah, as Landon Lyle continues to lead this race. I do not believe they will be going green this time. I will clarify in just a second, as we still have people exiting. So I assume, actually, we're going to go green this time. So they'll double up and we'll go green. I believe this will be lap 20, coming to lap 25.
As we're getting ready to come to the restart zone, and green flag's back out as Kyler was caught lacking on the restart. I guess he just didn't know that they were going or something, because he just didn't go. But as we head up
We
for the
just see
battle
new
for the
player
lead,
enter second.
Hector
New
Garcia,
player in second, yeah.
Jaleel O'Hagan, he's on his way up there too. Jono.
As he's going to end up
Johnny
clearing
Johnny.
James Mendez. As Landon Lyle hits the wall a little bit, they're going to...
3 wide into turn 1 for second.
Joey O'Hain out of nowhere.
It's a little bit of an aggressive mood. James Mendez
O'Hagan.
almost gets put in the wall, as we're going to have 3
Johnny
wide on the
O'Hagan.
backstretch again.
Here they come again, 3 wide for second. This is looking like a dream for Landon Lyle right now.
As Hector Garcia is riding the wall there, and he's going to lose a
Johnny
little bit of time
O'Hagan
because of that one.
still not backing down for second. Does Mendez
Seems
get
like
him
to
into 1
me
and
that
2?
you kind of want to be on this bottom lane on this short run. It seems like it's a little bit faster than that top lane, as Joni Elhain from 18th to 2nd. Will he be able to run down Landon Lyle, though, as James Mendez seems to be slipping back just a little bit?
As Mendez falls back, one guy who is rising through the field, and I've noticed moving his way up through the restart, is Kevin Uriglaze. He started in the back, and he's currently up to P6 right now and working his way forward. I'm telling you guys, that 96 truck has something in it, and he is going to the front.
Yeah, as James Mendez continues to slip back, I think he may be saving his stuff early in this run. 96 to the inside of the 40. Nope, no he isn't. He settles in 5th place, as they're kind of getting squirrely ahead, as Jonah Elhain in second place, running that top sign, seems to be running down Landon Lyle.
Johnny O'Hanan, I think he might get to Landon Lyle here, as now he's going to run exactly Lyle's line. I think his line is he wants to run the top in 1 and 2 and run lower in 3 and 4 and just try to catch him that way. As you see in the 1 and 2.
Count?
As you see, I'm actually going to go to the bottom in 1 and 2.
As the battle for 4th might be heating up here. Kevin Yerwitz gets one good run. Luca Mazzilli up to P5 after passing Mendez.
As we're
P6.
now
Excuse
on
me.
lap 30 is Johnny O'Hanan seems to be just kind of running the same
Stalling
pace
out.
as Landon Lyle, but he's always been a contender.
We
He
got
raced
him.
in the VRC a couple seasons ago. He ran up front, kind of just was the most unlucky driver
bump
out
for
of
second.
Oh,
everybody.
Bump
Kevin
for third.
Yergowitz moves to 45.
Gives a punt to Kyler. Says, hey, buddy, you weren't going on the restart, and you're not going now. Get out of my way. Here comes Yerglaze, but Kyler back up his inside. He's going to cross him over? Oh,
I
he
think he's
got
going
it.
for a double crossover. He's going
just
for a
got it
double
with the
crossover.
switchback.
Little
What a
contact
move.
between the
In
two
the wall.
drivers.
Oh.
As Kevin Yerglaze is finally going
Kevin
to be able to
Yerglaze.
clear him.
He's going to get around him.
Maybe not.
And he's in the
yet.
wall.
Oh no, he is. Yeah, he got in the wall there.
Just focus on running down Johanan and Lyle up ahead of him.
Talked to Kevin before the race. He said he put a lot of practice in tonight to this setup. I don't know what adjustments he made on pit road, but it looks to be like it's paying out. It's paying dividends right now. He started that back after he got wrecked on that first run, and now running third, running down these two leaders.
Making progress.
Yeah, what I've noticed is looks like Landon Lyle and Joey Hannon are actually pretty much even throughout at least the short run. They stay about the same gap to one another.
Lyle continues to arc the corner just a little bit better, and he gets a better run than Johnny Elhanan, but wow, I mean, Johnny Elhanan can drive that car in deep. I want to see if it would help him later in this race, maybe on a short run, if he was just a little bit closer.
I just want to say right now, the battle for second will be heating up here shortly as Kevin Yerglaze has run down Johnny Johanan and is on his way.
I think Kevin is going to be a big
He is
contender
going to
here.
be scary.
I think he has, if he can have a long run car, he is going to be one to beat tonight. I know he hasn't been leading laps yet like Landon Lyle, but
I'm telling you guys.
wrecked the first run and be now running in third place, running down second and first is pretty impressive.
I'm telling you guys, he's a dark horse for the championship, this 96 truck. Keep your eyes on him. He's going to dive up the inside.
He's going to pull a switch on him. He went to fake outside. He goes back to the inside, and he's going to get second place from Johnny O'Hannon.
Johnny
Yeah,
Johanan
I
just
believe
couldn't fight
he's
him.
going to catch him in the next couple laps.
He's already got by. He already got by him. Now he's on his way to Landon Lyle.
Yeah, he's going to be catching Landon Lyle in a couple laps, is what I was meaning.
Oh yeah.
But that
Yeah, he's
pace,
on his way.
I think Lyle is content, especially with Chad Easwan missing tonight. He knows that if he runs clean and consistent and gets another top 3 finish like he's done almost all season, he's gonna have almost a race gap, especially with him being penalized after the Texas race. It was even closer than it should have been. He told me that if he didn't get penalized that race, he'd have about a 40-point gap over Chad Easwan going into this race. So, just showing the consistency from Landon Lyle and how amazing this start of the season's been for him.
As it looks like, he's not really gaining a whole lot on Landon Lyle. I think he's gaining on him, but I don't think he's gaining on him a whole lot. As
And you notice it.
he hit
Oh,
the
He
yeah,
makes a
infantry.
mistake there. He drives
Oh,
down
he's
just a
gonna
little
lose
too
on time.
deep and almost all.
Johnny
the-
Johanan back in the fight now for P2.
And don't look at the. There's another one entering second place contention as well.
That's Kyler in the
45.
45. And then behind him it is Garcia, looks like Mazzilli, and Gatlin Downey.
And if you're Kevin Uguis, you don't want that 45 anywhere near you, especially since you might have a little bit of revenge coming your way.
And then Anthony Lord. I think
Yeah,
that rounds
someone
out
who's
your
been
top 10.
quiet all night, Anthony Lord. He was in contention for the win last week. The Canadian Tire just did not have the right strategy. Ended up finishing just outside the top 5, but Landon Lyle continues to lead, and it looks like he started to pull away again.
Yeah, I think after Kevin's mistake, he might have burnt up the right front there, and that might have just really hurt the stability on his truck there. And I think now he's just kind of got to ride and get back into his rhythm and see if he can at least do something worthwhile.
As we're going to see a battle heating up for 5th as well. Luca Mazzilli is wanting 5th place.
Yeah, it's kind of tame around the top 4 at least. As
We got a battle back in
kinda-
between Gatlin Downey and Anthony Lord. Is Anthony Lord going to take that spot?
Hector Garcia is actually starting to pull away a little bit from Luca Mazzilli, but 45 gets real loose. Kyler's feeling that tire wear right now.
Oh, yeah.
We might, as we are about to see a battle almost starting for P4, is Hector Garcia and Luca Mazzilli have almost run down Kyler Scott after his
Actually, we're going to see a battle for
incident.
2nd again. Sorry to interrupt. Joey O'Hannon's going around the outside of Kevin Uruguay.
Joey O'Hannon, yeah,
Gets to the wall.
Oh
He got back in
man,
the wall,
I had to get my ass in this battle. Oh, we got one spinning. That's Eddie Kalegi around. He will get it back going. Rough spin there for Kalegi.
Looks like he might have a tire down, maybe.
Possibly.
Kind of hard to tell though. I mean, he's just kind of riding. Looks like maybe a tire down on that 99. So he's kind of
Rough night
got
for
a little bit of
Kalegi.
weird pattern going on.
One thing I've really seen so far this race is, although Lyle, had a little battle with Mendez to start the race, ever since then, he kind of just been on cruise control. Nobody's really been able to get back to his bumper and try and make a move on him, as he's just continued to slowly pull away from the whole field.
He's been just slowly pulling away. But
As we see the 45 coming way down, he might be pitting here. He made a big move to the bottom. No, he looks like he may have got loose. But the battle for 4th is on big time. We got Kyler, Hector Garcia, Luca Mazzilli. That might be Anthony Lord right there as well, yeah.
oh man, his Eddie Kalegi might accidentally chop Lyle's nose here if Lyle's not careful, and if Eddie's not careful.
Yeah, this is the first lap car this race that we've actually seen. It's kind of nice because it means the whole field is pretty much together.
Kyler's pitting. Kyler's in right now.
Seems like an early
man.
pit stop. I don't know if he'll be able to make it the full way. I mean, only getting
So a lot of these guys could be nearing a pit stop. And as we near pit stops, if you're in a position like Kevin Uruguay's is right now, where you can see that guy up ahead of you, he's just a couple seconds up the road and you just can't do anything to catch him, do you undercut him? Do you pit early? And if you're Jonah Yohanan, do you follow him? Do you follow him in? Do you guys both pit together to try to undercut Landon Lyle and take the lead for yourself and win this halfway?
I think if you're Landon Lyle, you can't pit no matter what. You're gonna have to try and play the card of overcutting, because I think you should just pit the lap after the 2 people behind you pit. I think it's the best strategy. But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I say they definitely could try, but they got to make sure not to kill their own strategy with tires and all that, because they got to make sure their tires are going to make it the rest of the way. So if you want, you can, but you can't do it too early, because then you're just going to screw yourself up.
I believe we have about 3 or 4 laps left on this fuel run for most of these guys. Going to be interesting to see if any of these guys will decide to pit, as Eddie Kalegi, although he's a lap down, enters the pit road.
Actually, we do have a new player in 4th place as well. I believe Anthony Ward got by Hector Garcia and Luca Mazzilli.
Could Anthony Lord be a dark horse possibility to win the race? As in comes, into the pit lane comes Kevin Urglaze, and Landon Lyle's going to follow him in, it looks like. No, he's not. And Jonah Yohanan. They both
Joey
pit
O'Hannon
together.
will, though. And there's another one behind them as well. I don't know who that one is.
Does Landon Lyle come in this time, or does he run longer and try to get the tire advantage? And we're going to see here down the back straight. Lyle's staying out a little longer, it looks like. I don't know if that's the right move. We will see here
Landon Lyle's
soon.
going to go another lap. I don't think the tire fall off is that bad, but it's going to be interesting to see if Kevin Urglaze and Johnny can undercut him.
Oh, we have a couple on the wall.
Oh,
They both get straightened out though. 40 and I think that was Andrew Miller. In the 40, I don't know who the other one was though.
Oh no. I have some bad news for Landon Lyle. I just caught him hitting the cone. He's going to have to do a pass-through penalty. Yeah, he hit the yellow box.
Oh, Eddie Kalecki wrecking.
Yeah, if you're Landon Lyle, you need a caution basically
Eddie Kalecki
now
went
to
around
hopefully
and
save
now.
something.
Jonah Yohanan might have gotten involved in that Eddie Kalecki accident.
As we have no idea who the leader is going to be. It might at the moment here.
Right now, it's between Kyler and Kevin. Right now, they're...
Say Kyler in a 45 was the first pit stop. He got all that time, but Kevin Urglaze has the fresher tires by at least like 5 laps, and he's probably going to get him here maybe in turn 1.
Up the inside comes Urglaze. Kevin Urglaze to the lead. As Lyle just got done serving his stop, it looks like. Has he served his pass through yet? I have no idea.
I actually think he's the leader right now, but he's going to have to serve that pass through.
Yeah, he's going to serve that pass through.
So the lead will be going over to Kevin Urglaze.
Here shortly. Yeah, he's got to make another stop here.
Well, that's very bad for Landon Lyle, but if it's going to happen, at least what happened in the first...
Lyle says he almost hit the commitment line.
I'm hearing that he didn't hit it, but we'll review it after the race. That's kind of what we have to do. It's unfortunate that how NASCAR heat works is you kind of have to just go off what the driver is, because you can see one thing on one person's screen and it's different on another. So unfortunately, we won't know until after the race. But Landon Lyle
keeps the lead. That's a very good thing for him. As we thought that he would have a pass-through penalty, but it looks like he was very lucky and ended up getting away scot-free. Even if he did do it, I think that's a huge break for Landon Lyle.
I'm kind of curious what happened to Joey O'Hannon. He's back at like 7th race now all of a sudden.
I saw Eddie Kalecki spin. I heard a lot of crunchy behind, so I'm going to assume that it had something to do with that. I'm assuming Jonah Yohanan got clipped by Eddie Kalecki in his spin.
Yeah, well, it's really surprising. I mean, with even the 2-lap undercut, Kevin Urglaze did not gain anything on Landon Lyle, as Landon Lyle continued to lead by even more than what he went in with.
As we have a battle for 4th heating up on the back straightaway, Hector Garcia on the outside, Anthony Ward on the inside. Anthony Ward's truck has came to life here in the second part of the first half here.
As I'm going to continue to do lap leg count, but I'm going to mute my mic. It will just be you two for just a little bit.
Alrighty. Sounds good. And as
continue watching this.
Landon Lyle has just checked out. Kevin Urglaze has nothing for him. Kyler has nothing for Kevin as the run goes on.
I want to say it's kind of hard to tell because heat physics and we don't have no leaderboard, but it's a toss-up right now between Landon Lyle and Anthony Ward, who has the fastest truck. Anthony Ward's getting by trucks right now by himself.
I honestly think it's still Landon Lyle. Because I still think that Anthony Ward, he might be able to do something with Landon Lyle, but I think Lyle's just got the right pinch, the right mix of aggressive versus talent. He's got that perfect balance. I don't know if Anthony Ward can compete with that.
As we watch the battle for third, Anthony Ward looks like he's going to get clear of Kyron. Nope, Kyron's going to get a little bit of a run on the outside here. But now he's going to come up in front of Anthony Ward to third now. I don't know if he's got enough time to catch Kevin Uruguay, but that's still pretty impressive third place right now. As we're going to do a quick look around the track, see if we find any major battles here. We're not missing much at the front at the moment. We got a little three-way battle between Tom Hawk. Not sure who the other two is. I don't know who that is in the 22 at the moment. The custom cars make it a little bit harder to find. I think that's JoJo's. Yeah, I think it's JoJo Sims actually.
Anthony Ward's been cooking though. He's been making some pretty good moves.
We're going to ride on board with Landon Lyle here for a little bit. See what lane he's running. We're going to ride away one lap around with him. You're going to see him go down to 1 and 2. He's going to take the severe bottom lane, almost get those tires on the apron. He might have got the apron a little bit, coasted up a lot there.
I think he clipped it.
Okay, has a big enough lead, he can make a couple mistakes here and there. Going to go back down to the bottom of 3 and 4. This truck really prefers that bottom lane. You can hear him kind of like off the throttle a lot though, especially on long runs. The tires just give up. You gotta coast it. We're gonna see if we find a bit of a different strategy with anyone else. Kyler's run the bottom. Anthony Ward's run the bottom. Oh, we have a spin in the back. The 39 Justin Newman. Oh, there's a multiple around. The 13's around. 40 of, I think that's Andrew Miller around as well. That's gonna be a caution.
That is 100% going to be a caution.
I think I saw Eddie Kawagi going around again as well. Well, that's going to put everyone... That's not what you want to see if you're Landon Lyle. We're going to ride on board with him, make sure it is going to be a caution. It should be, but we just want to double check ourselves. Yeah, definitely is. He's slowing down now. Well, if you're Kevin Uruguay, this is your shot. You gotta take it at this point.
Yeah, he's got to go for it here. I think whatever Landon Lyle does, I think if Lyle pits, he follows him in on the restart. He's just got to go for it.
You can't not pit here. The tires are just so like giving up at this point. You have to come in and take 4. Like you're just gonna not go anywhere if you just stay out.
Right.
I mean, at least 2, but.
I have some big news as I was talking with some of the admins, showed them the clip of what happened with Landon Lyle, and we came to a conclusion. He got kind of lucky, honestly, with the caution coming out, but Landon Lyle will have to start from the rear of the field, as it was pretty conclusive evidence that he did hit the box, but lucky for him, he didn't have to do it under green, so he didn't get screwed completely, but he's going to have a Kevin Uruguay's mode, and
so Kevin Uruguay is now the leader of the race. That is huge.
As of right now, though, pit road's gonna be interesting. Anthony Ward probably still has one of the better trucks here, as well. As we're gonna ride on board with the 4 who had a mechanical failure earlier, just to see who gets off of pit road first.
As when does Kevin get out of the pits? Now, he would have beat Landon Lyle out regardless.
Kevin Uruguay was a great stop first. Landon Lyle's going to have to go to the back, so Hector Garcia, Anthony Ward will be 2nd and 3rd.
That was a good stop by the 96 crew to get him out in front.
Even though they didn't really need to there, but nonetheless, they did the job they had to.
As Landon Lyle drops back, he's led 63 of the 70 laps so far, so a dominating truck. Dropping in the back now as we're going to go green next time as Kevin Uruguays will be the leader. Figure out how to type his name.
And we're going to be going one more lap here, make sure everyone's in the right order. We're going to go ahead and run you down the top 5 real quick. Kevin Uruguays could be inside row 1. Hector Garcia going to be outside of row 1 for this restart. Anthony Ward will be inside row 2 with Kyra on his outside. And third row we will have Luca Mazzilli, who's been poking his nose in there for top 5, top 3 run. And Joey O'Hannon, who had a good truck early.
And I believe your suspension was correct when you heard the cars crunching. Joey O'Hannon put in garage chat that he said, "Come on, Eddie," which means he probably did get hit by Eddie and wreck, but a caution saves him, and now we'll be up here racing for the lead as we're going to go green this time as Kevin Uruguays will lead us back to the
He's
green.
backing him up a little bit. Looking for a push from Anthony Lord.
He's going to get a push from Anthony Ward, maybe Luca Mazzilli as well.
As Kevin Uruguay shoots out to a little bit of a lead here, but now if Anthony Lord is faster than Kevin Uruguay, he's going to show it here.
They might. There's 3 wide for maybe going to be second here. Nope. They're going to close the door there. It'd be 2 wide. Anthony Ward needs to get by him. He might get by. He needs to get by.
Oh, Luca
this
Mazzilli
Hector Garcia
possibly
right
throwing
here.
his hand to the ring here.
Oh, Hector Garcia way up the track. Under Kyler.
Oh,
That's going to allow
wow.
Anthony Ward in the second here.
Kevin, as I want to go hop in the back of the pack real quick, and I want to go look and see where Mr. Landon Lyle is at right now, as he's already up inside the top
Kevin
10.
Uruguay almost gets into the wall. Here
Battle
comes
for the
Anthony
lead.
Lord.
Anthony
Here
Lord
comes
gonna
Anthony Lord. Oh, he washes
come
up.
up.
Oh,
They're
gonna get- here comes Luca Mazzilli.
Luca
Three
Mazzilli.
wide, Luca Mazzilli, who leads that lap. It will end up being Luca Mazzilli.
That's right now.
They are 4 wide for this lead.
Here they come. Johnny Johanan on the
Anthony
bottom.
Ward is not making
Kyler on the
any
track.
train as
Kyler.
Kyler
4 wide.
outside.
4 wide. What a chaotic move up front as Landon Lyle is loving this behind as he could possibly get some spots out of this. Oh.
As Kyler's going to lead that lap.
As Kyler Scott
As Hector
now
Garcia's in the
leads.
wall.
It is went
A lot in the
from
wall,
0
so.
to 100 real quick after that restart as Landon Lyle continues to make moves up the field, not making too fast of moves. I don't know if he'll be able to make it up to these leaders by the end of this halfway, but he's making his things up the way, and he's making his way up the
Kevin
field.
Uruguay,
And,
he's on the bumper of Anthony Lord. Does he repay the favor? Does he knock him out of the way for what he did to him?
22 passed too soon. Switch lanes too soon. As he would have to be a he would have to do a drive-through penalty.
Ooh.
But that's JoJo Sims. Oh, Kyler in the wall. Here comes Anthony Ward once again.
Anthony Lord up the inside lane. Here he comes. He's going to try to take it into 1 and 2. If he can pick up the gas before Kyler, he might get it here. No, Kyler Scott going to get the huge run out of turn
Side
2. Kyler Scott holds the lead, but can Lord pick up the throttle and get the drive off? Johnny Johanan
And here comes
also there.
another player.
Johnny
Joey
Johanan.
O'Hannon, Luca Mazzilli also looking
Anthony
on.
Lord leads that lap.
Anthony Lord leads the lap again, but here, Kyler Scott's not backing down. I got to give him some respect for just digging on that high lane. But if you're a guy like Kevin Uruguay, what do? Both lanes are blocked. You can't really take it 3 wide because of the seam. You're just kind of stuck there.
You can take it 3 wide off the exit, and I think that's what he's trying to do, but
I
he
think
just can't
that's
get the
what
run.
I think you're right, Elon. I think that's exactly what he's trying to do. I think he's trying to get a good arc in, better than both these two ahead of him, as they've got to respect each other.
And looking
As
6, we have our
Anthony
James
Lord
Mendez coming back
trying to
as well.
clear.
So I don't want to scare anybody behind, but I see Landon Lyle making a move for
Anthony Ward's
the
going to
lead
clear
P8.
him here, maybe?
He won't
Not
clear,
yet.
but he'll lead this
Well,
lap.
Anthony Ward-
as-
Tyler Scott is fighting time before he loses this lead, because Kevin's got a stronger entry into the corner and center.
As he's gonna
Like,
go
Don't
right
look
here.
in
to
6th
the
place.
bottom. No, he's
If
not.
you
He's
look in
not
6th
gonna-
place, I see that familiar 24 of Landon Lyle.
The 96 gets to the back
Here
bumper. The
comes
2 looks to
Uruguay.
the inside.
He's
Anthony
there.
Uruguay continues to lead, but Kevin is to the inside. Can Anthony Lord continue to hold it on the
Nope,
outside. He's
he's
going to go for the
cleared.
switchback. He goes
He's gonna cross him
under.
over though.
Oh, that was just... You just couldn't really defend that if you're Kevin Yerglaze. There was really nothing you could do. But can he fight back, though? Did he hop in
He's
line?
gonna try to cross him over again.
He's gonna get him! Here they come! But here comes
Here comes Joey O'Hannon.
Joey O'Hannon on the outside! Oh, Kyler Scott!
And here
By
comes
two,
Tyler
two.
Scott and Luca Mazzilli as well.
Oh, man. That really just helped Kevin Yerglaze off the corner.
You know who's loving this side-by-side battle? Landon Lyle.
Landon Lyle back there, yep. Now, if I'm Kevin Yerglaze, I gotta be flawless here. One mistake and I'm done. That's the way I view it.
As I'm very surprised, JoJo Sims has managed to pull away as Kevin Yerglaze gets a little bit tied off the corners. Anthony Lord would be looking to the inside.
Here comes Lord. He's gonna get his nose cut by Kevin. Just
He's there, but now this is a 6-truck battle. We have a new player in the 24 again.
It wasn't very surprising how fast. It wasn't very surprising how fast Lyle got to him, but I don't think he'll be able to make his way through the pack, especially with all these fast cars in just about 12 laps.
Coming to 13 laps to go until halfway caution.
Oh, he might get there. He's bound for fourth right now with Luca Mazzilli.
As here they come.
Someone I'm very impressed with. Granted, they do have fresher tires than people behind them, but JoJo Sims has continued to pull away, and
She's pulling away.
It's not like she's, getting caught, but she does have a few lap fresher tires, so it's not very surprising she's pulling away, but definitely impressing.
Yeah, and because that they keep battling behind her, it's also helping her pull away because they keep trying to holding each other up when they go side by side, and she has an open track in front of her.
So
True. Kevin
Battle for fifth on once again. Luca Mazzilli on the outside, Joey O'Hannon
10 laps to
back
go.
to the inside.
Do you have a spinner in the back?
We have 2 around. The 21 of Jonathan Martin, I think. The other one was maybe the 87. I don't know if that's going to be a caution or not. We'll see.
2
they got
cars, they will end up staying green as we see one on the apron. They're going to be catching Jonathan Martin, it looks like, is
The 21 and
he's
the
gonna try and
22.
fight. Then you got the 23 and 24 in the back.
This is funny.
But
And then the 25.
calling James Mendez was good. Maybe the trends would be funny. Sorry, I was there to mix.
As we noticed, Kevin Yerglaze is running down JoJo Sims a little bit now.
Gatlin
since
Downey
they're
ran out of turn 4. He's gonna get it back
all
on that
single
69
file.
truck.
Landon Lyle can't get past anyone now since they all went single file.
And Kevin Yerglaze has caught the 22 of JoJo Sims. Will she let him go? She's going to show him the outside, say, hey, buddy, if you want me, pass me on the top. Kevin Yerglaze, they have
he's
it.
gonna take the bottom.
Sending her to the bottom.
saying, hey,
JoJo Sims, she
he's
is
saying,
not
hey.
happy. Because unfortunately, she's going to end up going 2 down here. She's going to have to hope for another caution. Maybe
Oh,
maybe
she's
gonna
going
end
to
up
try to
second.
repay the favor.
Oh, where's
That
go for
just
Anthony Ward here, though?
JoJo Sims is Anthony Ward's
Is there
best
3
friend
wide
right
as
here.
Tyler Scott is to the outside of the 2
They're gonna throw her
car.
back in second.
Oh, man.
Now Kevin has a roadblock behind her.
A roadblock and a very aggressive 24.
Oh, she's going to get knocked. JoJo Sims is going to get knocked out of the way again.
Here comes Anthony Ward getting by. Here comes Landon Lyle again.
Landon Lyle has been on a
Landon Lyle
mission.
spoiled the party. Can Landon Lyle spoil the party? Can he come back from starting dead last on that restart to come back to win this halfway? Is he going to look to the outside of Anthony Lord? He's going to get
He
a
might
good
try to cross
arc.
him over here.
Let's just give him a bump. Oh,
He's going to try to cross him over, but Anthony Ward's
got
throwing Landon Lyle on the wall.
You got on the
Landon
apron.
Lyle just was doing a little too much. I don't really know where he was expecting to go there. Is Now
That
he's
just gave
falling back
Kyler
to
Scott
fifth.
second.
Now I don't think he has a chance to get this first half state or win. I think that was his only chance.
Yeah, that was his only shot. But Anthony Lord's still in it. And as they come to 4 to go,
That's
here,
39. Justin Newman's
Here we go,
around in the
excuse
infield, but there will be no more cautions.
What's up?
No, JoJo went 2 down. As you say, Anthony Ward trying to
Newman
run
getting
back
back going.
Kevin Yergles. It's a 2-truck breakaway. Kind of looks like Yergles is better on exit, but Anthony Ward's better on entrance.
Usually, Kevin's better on 98 out of 100 now. Here comes
Kevin Yergles.
Here comes Anthony Lord.
I would not be surprised if Anthony Lord decides to send the 96. It is nothing out of his wheelhouse.
As they come to the white flag. It started.
I think this would be white flag.
White flag, yes. White flag.
White flag.
White flag and halfway.
For halfway. Here comes
Here comes
Anthony Lord.
Ward. He's gonna send him a little bit.
Does he race him
not gonna
clean?
send him yet.
Does he run him cleanly or does he move him out of the way? I think if I'm Anthony Lord, I don't want to do that because I don't want to
He's
have
gonna
this.
try
I
it.
don't want this paid back later in the race.
He
tried it.
Kevin's gonna cut his nose off as Kevin Yergles is gonna win halfway.
What a move!
Landon
Kevin
Lyle
wins
is gonna
halfway.
finish 4th. It looks
Landon
like
Lyle third, ends up finishing 4th place. Is Kyler Scott 3rd, and rounding out the top 5, getting 1 point, is Joni O'Hanan. Whew. What a halfway!
That was a very good halfway.
Oh, they all go around.
Oh, is there going Munchy Crunchy behind him?
Pits are closed as we're gonna go around one more time. We're gonna let the 22 go get her lap back as she's gonna continue to be 1 lap down. It's
I
kind
think
of
there's gonna be a couple
unfortunate.
more. They get a couple laps back, at least one here. I think Jonathan Martin's got to get his lap back too.
Yeah, Jonathan Martin didn't have anything to worry about with him only being 1 lap down. The rule here is in OMA is if you're 1 lap down, everybody who is if you're a lap down, everybody can get only 1 lap back, and it kind of helps people who are slower or get wrecked and down the pits. So it's kind of helpful, but the pits will be open here, and JoJo Sims, she's gonna have to hope for a caution. She's gonna continue to be 1 lap down.
But as they come to the pits right now, I'm thinking this is what I see happening in the pits. I see Landon Lyle jumping Kyler Scott. I see Kevin Yergles
Yergles has
holding the
been-
lead.
Yeah, Kevin Yergles' virtual pit crew, RNG pit crew as I like to call it, has been pretty fast. They've been very consistent with their virtual pit stops.
As out of the pits, JoJo Sims is going to get one of her laps back, looks like, by beating those guys out. And as we see who's
Now we're
going
gonna go back on board. Let's see
Who's gonna be the first man out?
DNF4, just for the
Fisher Gee.
easy way of seeing.
and who's the first man out. It's gonna be Kevin Yergles. Anthony Lord jumped him. Landon Lyle got ahead of Kyler Scott, just like I predicted.
Someone needs some watering numbers today.
Yes, sir.
Spot on with that one.
As
I'd imagine probably gonna go one more. I don't think we're gonna go this time. It'd
Yeah.
be close.
We're gonna go one more time around, and we'll go green with about just over 95 laps to go. As this race has been very interesting, to say the least, as we've seen multiple cars up here come from the back and make their way up here, and it's gonna be interesting to see if people who are running up here to start can continue to be fast and not make mistakes, as we've seen both Landon Lyle and Kevin Yergles come from the back at least once, not both from their one from their own accord and one from not, and it's been a very, very fun race to broadcast.
it certainly has been. And I think we were right about the over-under for the first segment. I believe it was.
I think there was
under
only
5
3
yells.
cautions, maybe
That's
2.
not bad.
Yeah, I trusted the guys here, and you know, JoJo's the girl. I trust them all, but
These drivers out
but
here.
it's just Iowa. I didn't know what was going to
As we're
happen.
back
If we
on the
go back to
green,
green.
Kevin
Landon
Yergos
Lyle
gets
got
a
a
shot
big
from Landon
start.
Lyle.
He's gonna be up to second
Making
already.
Anthony Lord the odd man out here.
They're
He
going
might go for the
3
lead
and
after
4
one lap.
wide behind as Landon Lyle
Here
not
comes
wasting any time.
Landon Lyle getting after Kevin Yergos here. These two trucks have been the best two all night. Here comes Landon Lyle. Lyle getting a little aggressive up on the door here. These two do have communications with each other, so will they try to keep it clean? As Anthony Lord is not part of that. Is not part of that group.
Yeah, but he's gonna make it a group anyway.
Three
He's gonna go
wide.
three-wide.
Here they come for the lead. Anthony Lord trying to take it. This Kevin Yergos go for the crossover. I don't think he has the momentum to. No.
No, but Anthony Ward has momentum. Oh,
He's gonna go to the
cut off
outside.
by Landon Lyle.
Up to the outside
Here comes
lane.
Kevin Yergos again.
Kevin Yergos
They
trying to
are
fight
2
back.
by 2.
Jody O'Hayden also trying to get himself
Maybe
a piece
3
of the
by
pie.
3.
As Anthony Lord trying to take the lead here. As Landon Lyle, can he lunge out of 4 and lead the lap? Oh, what a run out of 4 for Landon Lyle. He will easily lead that lap.
I gotta say,
Tyler
Tyler
Scott.
Scott has been very impressive on that top lane. As Anthony Lord shuts the door on Kevin Yergos, and Tyler Scott is training
Tyler
that
Scott.
top.
Get up on his outside. He's gonna have to hop
And
up
we
there.
have we have a new player entering 5th place as well, Tom Hawk, who was actually around one of the first cautions we had.
Oh man, if I'm Kevin Yergos here now, I'm thinking, what can I do? I'm stuck. I know I got one of the fastest trucks here, and I can't do anything with it.
And, we see a switch for 2nd place as Tyler Scott is really making that top work. It's very impressive to see how big
This
a
is one
run
of
he gets
Kyler's best runs he's had all season long. Has been this race right here.
He said it himself. He hasn't gotten any race wins, but he's been so consistent. Running, I think he's about 3rd or 4th in the points, just a little bit off of Landon Lyle, Chad Eastwood, and Tom Hawk, but consistent race finishes will almost lock you in pretty early if you continue to do this well early in the season.
They're like 3 wide for 6 right now.
They're
We
just
have
going crazy
Tom
back
Hawk,
there.
James Mendez, Hector Garcia, Joey O'Hannon's back there once again.
James Mendez was very, very fast to start the race, but he kind of dropped off, and he's finally making his way back
Joey
up
O'Hannon in the wall.
to the top
Oh,
5.
man.
It will be interesting to see if he finally got his adjustments in and if he can make a move for the lead.
Tyler Scott looking to try to get some momentum out of turn 2 to run down Landon Lyle. As well, these 4 trucks under a blanket, and then next truck is James Mendez, who's working that high lane, trying to get a little something going to try to catch these 4, make himself part of that battle for the lead.
Here they come,
right
Anthony
now.
Ward's looking for 2nd once again. And then once again, Kevin Yergos just watching. He has nowhere to go at the moment.
I feel like that's been the story of Kevin. That has really just been he has to sit there and watch. He watched Landon Lyle pull away in during the first run. He's watching
Kyler's
these
gonna
two
make a big crossover.
almost take his nose out.
And he's gonna run him wide. Here comes Kevin Yergos looking to make it 3 wide again.
He couldn't
Yeah,
really
it
get some momentum there.
seems to me like Tyler Scott has a good, 3-4 lap car, but after that, he kind of just slows up the people behind him. He's not like he's super slow, but it looks like after a couple laps, Anthony Lord and Kevin's car both get just better than Kyler's.
Mm-hmm.
It's very impressive, though. Kevin can run that 2nd lane like no other car can. Normally, you wouldn't. You just slide up and lose a lot of momentum, but
Oh, he's in the wall.
it's not doing the worst. And then, of course, after I say that, he ends up in the wall.
I definitely think, though, as this race goes on, you're going to see guys like Anthony Lord get a little impatient and start using the bumper on guys like Kyler that are sitting there running the top lane, letting Landon Lyle pull away. So don't be surprised if in the next 5 to 10 laps here we see that 45 go way up the track.
Maybe right now. He's already trying to get there.
Oh yeah, he's trying it.
Anthony Ward, he's probably going
I
to
think those
send
are
it
just-
here. Try to get him.
I think those are just warning shots right now to Kyler Scott.
Yeah, but he's going to have to go. If he's going to catch a wind, well, a little bit of a close call there.
As the 22 ends up pulling it behind the wall, she got unlucky and did not get her lap back and has decided to park the car. She was fast.
Anthony
for a
ended up
short run.
Finishing 19th, I believe.
I think Anthony Ward's gonna punt Kyler Scott within the next 3 laps. He's been running behind Kyler, running behind him. I think eventually
I think he's going to have to, because, I mean, you can't risk Kevin Yergues getting to your bumper and bumping you out of the way either.
Yeah, and this is all really just hurting them because the man in charge, Landon Lyles, is pulling away. You see him right there. He tried it once. I think if I'm Anthony Ward, I'm thinking about when I'm going to give the shot to old
We got a battle for
Kyler Scott.
second
Here
and a
he
battle
comes.
for fifth.
He's going to have to
Battle
start
for
using
second.
him up here.
Oh, maybe try to go 3 wide. Kevin Yergues, nope, he's going to fall back in line. Looks like
think-
Howard's going to keep second.
I'm surprised Anthony Ward hasn't moved Kyler yet. Genuinely. 'Cause if that's me in that 2 truck, I'm getting him out of my way and moving forward. Because I got a 24 truck that's pulling away because the 45 doesn't really have a whole lot of pace in these longer runs.
We have a new 5th place truck once again. Joey O'Hannon just trying to make something out of this good truck he has, but just bad luck today.
Oh yeah.
I feel like that's just been the story of his whole career, sadly to say. He's been one of the best endurance racers the league has ever seen. Someone who came in, almost wins 3 races to start his career, and his stats just don't tell the truth.
Kevin
As we
Yergues
see
in the wall.
Kevin in the wall, but like I was saying about Jonah, he's always been fast. He just cannot always get the luck he needs. He's one of the most solid drivers and consistent and clean drivers. He can just never always put those race results together. Most of the time, not a fault of his own, gets hit by somebody who just has no business hitting him. So I'm happy to see he's running 5th, but it doesn't tell the story, the tale of tonight.
As
Let's tell the tale though is Anthony Ward been stuck behind his 45 again.
I think eventually he's gonna get sick and tired of him and just run him off the road. Surprised he
Or he's
hasn't
just
done
going
it
to
yet.
try to dive bomb him here, which I think Howard's going to get a run on him though. I don't think it's going to work. Oh, he's going to slide up on him. He's going to get him.
He's trying to
pretty
crowd him up
close.
now.
I think
Here
he's going to
comes
get him here
Lord
though.
for second,
I think he
and
gets
he
him
will
here maybe.
clear Kyler Scott off the corner.
Or
Why-
not.
I'm surprised he's giving Kyler Scott the outside like that.
I think
aggressively
his truck
clear the
prefers
lane.
the bottom. I think his truck prefers the bottom. He don't want to risk Kyler switching him up.
Mm-hmm.
He's finally going to be
But
able
now
to
he's
clear.
officially clear. Good news, he's in second. Bad news, Landon Lyles pulled away by at least a second. Maybe even a second and a
Yeah.
half.
I think them waiting around for Kyler Scott to get moved out of the way was probably one of the worst decisions I've seen. When there's a slow guy in your way at a short track, and Kyler Scott's going
think-
to get loose off the corner, that's going to help Kevin Yergues get there, but
Either that or he's
Jonah
pitting,
Hayden
but I think
is-
he'll lose.
on his way.
No, he's pitting. He's pitting.
Oh,
he's gonna
he
spin out the
spins it!
apron. He's gonna get back going. No, that's gonna lose him some big time now.
Did that affect? I think that hurt Kevin Yergues too. I think he hit him.
That could have been the reason why he spun a little bit there. I don't know if Kevin Yergues thought he got loose or. Interesting note though, he underpits. I wonder if he gets in front of Landon Lyles, but we'll have to see when this all cycles through.
I don't think he can, especially with the fall off. Like I said earlier, not being enough. As you saw Kevin earlier this race try and undercut by 2 laps, and Lyle ended up having a bigger gap. So, yeah, I mean, we also have to remember that Lyle did end up hitting the box, which did give him a little bit of an extra gap, but can he continue to pull away? Nope.
No. They never are. Yep.
Just a
I wanna-
reminder for people who are new here in OMA, there is no black flags, but the only thing you can get penalized for is you cannot hit that yellow, that orange box on the right side of the yellow line. That is actually what Landon Lyle got penalized for earlier. There is extensive proof that he ended up hitting that line, and he had to have he got kind of lucky, let's be honest, with the timing of the caution, because he was going to have to serve a stop and go, and he got away pretty much empty-handed.
But I want to take a moment to look back in fifth. How about our own James Mendez in his first ever VNS start in that 25 truck, and he is doing wonders with that team. He's currently working his way up. Has had kind of a rough race. And now, depending on how the fuel situation goes, he might be able to overcut Kyler Scott and get that spot from him.
Yeah, he said his truck isn't handling the best, which is kind of unfortunate because, like I said, we know he has speed. We've seen it before, like just in different places, not very from here, but we know he has speed. And if that truck is right, I think he could definitely be challenging maybe for a top 3. I've actually noticed, I think Anthony Ward's closing in on the Landon Lyle.
I think he is. Anthony Lord might be setting his sights in on Landon Lyle.
Only one around, apparently.
Kevin Uruguay, possibly.
Yeah, Kevin Uruguay was around. That's going to lose him some time as well.
Oh, that's not good. He was my pick.
We're down. Looks like we're gonna be down to 2 temporaries. Looks like maybe the 3 of Jonah Hannon might be coming in as well. He looked like he was a bit slow coming off his 3. Yeah. So the top 2 is the main 2 we're waiting on here too. Is Anthony Ward's there? He's caught him.
Anthony Lord has caught Landon Lyle. So both gonna
be pitting together too. I think Anthony Ward might be out, or he's just kind of coasting it. Kind of hard to tell.
I think Lyle's got to watch it here. If he clips that box, he could be in trouble here.
He definitely made sure he didn't clip it there.
I believe we see Tom talk.
We're gonna ride along with Kyler Scott here and see if he is able to.
Kevin just came out of the pits, by the way, so I think that'll probably be his race all but done.
I think Kyler just unlapped himself. If he gets back around one more time, I think that make him the leader here. We're gonna ride on board with Kyler, see if he can get back around here. It looks like the top 2 are exiting right now. It's gonna be actually pretty close. I think he's gonna get him temporary. Looks like Kyler Scott's gonna go back to the lead.
Kyler Scott's gonna take the lead here.
The problem is, though, he's going to get ran down pretty fast.
But let's see, how many laps to go do we have left in this thing? So
they got to at least make one more stop.
They got to make a couple more stops here before this thing's done.
At least too, yeah.
Yeah. So the pit stops aren't done here. So it could just be actually a very smart move by Kyler Scott to...
It can't be. You see how big of a lead he had, and he's going to end up trying to 3-stop it when people are so close to just 2-stopping it. So he's hoping for a timely caution. As you can see, the 2 guys on the 2-stop strategy are just over a second behind him. So I think he's playing the wrong strategy call. Sucks to say that, as he did have a fast truck to start off this second half, but he's going to have to hope for a caution at at a good time for him.
As one of the top guys tonight, Kevin Yergely is working on the 23 truck of Tom Hawk.
Going around our lap truck, I believe that's the 39 of Justin Newman they're going around right now. So he's going to get in the wall a little bit, and they're going to have to play a little bit of points.
Ooh.
But they're both closing on Kyler Scott, but if I'm Landon Wild, I'm looking more in that rearview mirror. There's a 2 truck that's not going away.
Definitely. I think if it comes down to it, I think we could see Anthony Lord using the bumper to get this win. And as Lyle has to negotiate this lap traffic, it's really hurting. Or not lap traffic, but yeah, he has to negotiate a little bit of lap traffic. It's really hurting him. As
Oh,
Lord
you can go for it now.
on the prowl. Here comes Anthony Lord.
If you're Anthony Ward, you might better use Kyler as a pick.
Oh,
if you can get the right
here
run on him.
he's going to.
Oh, he's going to make it 3 wide, it looks like.
He's going to get him. He's going to get a 2 for 1 in the turn 1. Kyler Scott backs out of it. Anthony Lord stuffs it in. Here comes Landon Lyles.
going to get into him. But Anthony Ward's going to hold on to it, keep the lead.
Anthony Lord takes the lead now, but if I'm Landon Lyles, I can't
Anthony Lord goes from 3rd to 1st in a corner.
That is insane.
Yeah, but like you're saying, if he's running 2nd on that final lap, I think he's going to use more of a bumper than he tried to use on Kevin. You saw he tried to, but he just didn't want to fully wreck him, and he ended up finishing 2nd. So Anthony Lord, missing the first 3 races, ended up having to race through the LQ earlier today, and now running in the lead and has had solid points all night.
But Landon Lyle, I don't think he's going to forget that. I think you have 2 extremely aggressive drivers up here that are willing to do anything to get a win. And honestly, I think if it comes down to it, whoever the man that's in 2nd is on the final lap, if he's near the guy in front of him, he's going to get sent. Whether it's Lord behind Lyle or whether it's Lyle behind Lord, someone's going to be eating the wall, eating the paint in turns 3 and 4 on the final lap. And they're not going to be happy about it.
Sorry, I mean we keep doing that, but I was gonna bring up something. If you remember back in I'm gonna bring up a real life situation. If you remember back at Bristol Dirt, Reddick and Briscoe got into each other. Guess the guy in 3rd won. If your guy in 3rd, if you try to hang with those 2, they get into a wreck.
I
There's your opening.
believe the man in 3rd is no longer Kyler Scott. Jonah
Johanan.
Jonah making a move to get up here.
Yeah,
now
sadly,
Jonah's
Kyler Scott's strategy looks to be hurting him more than helping him. We're probably going to end up seeing a pit in the next couple laps, but he's already lost 3 seconds, and he's not really gaining anything back. Got a tire advantage, just looks to not be in badly.
We're gonna ride back on board with Anthony Ward here as I go down 1 and 2. Landon Lyle's just not going away now. I mean, it's the roles reverse. Anthony Ward didn't get off the Landon Lyle's bumper. Now Landon Lyle just won't go away from him. Gonna pick up Landon Lyle here, right on board with him. See what he might be doing to try to get him. So we've got to go lower than Anthony Ward here, but Anthony Ward's gonna get a little bit of run off of 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway, back into 3 and 4. About the same thing. Anthony Ward about like a lane higher than Landon Lyle.
Can you give us a lap count, please? How many to go? As we're coming to about 50 laps to go, actually. Yeah, 52 laps to go, and Landon Lyle has caught Anthony Lord.
It's just a common flip-flop between these two. It seems like Anthony Ward's better in like the first couple laps, and Landon Lyle's better in the middle part of the run, and Anthony Ward comes back like the last part of the run. Like they're just not like they're about even all together, but
I think right here, I think Landon Lyle's able to wrap the. I think Anthony will be able to wrap the bottom a little better than Landon Lyle is, as we got a lap truck up there. A couple of lap trucks up there. I think that is the 74 of Jeffrey Hunka.
Jeffrey Hunkra. Yeah, he's not had a very good day. He was
Jeffrey
like
Hunka's struggling.
top 10 at like the start of the race, and he just kind of just not had the run he wanted. He's just been kind of run his own race, but his own race is probably
here
like
comes Lyle. Oh,
top
Lord's defending.
15.
Lyle off the outside. Battle for the lead.
Pick the worst time to go away from that battle. One second, there we go. Pick back up.
Who's loving this right now? Jonah Yohaden sitting there in third. We were talking about how we thought his day was done, how his day was killed, how he wouldn't be able to really rebound, but he has severely rebounded.
They're like right on each other's doors right now. Looks like
as
that was a dead heat. Looks like Landon Lyle got that lap. I don't know though.
Lyle got the lap, I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Yeah,
But right now, I don't think anyone can hear you, so you can say it.
As they're gonna go back down to 3.
Wait, is your audio still included or no?
Landon Lyle is going to try to get the run, but Anthony Ward is going to lead this lap. They go back and forth on laps here. Oh, and you got to get a little bit tight on one another. Anthony Ward get a little loose. They're going to door bang a tiny bit.
I heard nothing.
Yeah, as we continue to see side-by-side battling, as Lyle gets a little tight, he's going to have to lift off the gas.
Oh, man.
He's finally going to be able to be clear again.
And there's a third truck entering this battle, Jonah O'Hannon.
Jonah O'Hannon, I don't know where he came from.
They've been battling. That's all he needs.
Jonah O'Hannon has caught about 2 or 3 seconds in these past 10, 15 laps as he is running these two down. It's going to be interesting to see, especially with how many stops we're going to have left. I know it might be a saver, but I don't know, man. It's going to be interesting to see if people can save enough fuel and get to the end of this race.
It's going to be tight. As they come into 1 and 2 in this pack in the back. Here comes Kevin Uruguays. He's trying to gain some ground here. He's side by side with James Mendez. Tom Hawk tried to split in the 3 wide. He will not be able to do so.
I think that might be a battle for... I think that might be a battle for like 4th right now, because...
Yep, it is a battle for 4th.
Kyler Scott's kind of, I think, repitted by now.
But yeah, as we see Anthony Lord continues to pull away, as we actually see Jeffrey Harunka being caught by the lap cars, as Landon Lyle continues to be overdriving the corner, and he's about to be caught by Jonah Yohaden, who is rearing his rear bumper. But yeah, like I was saying about fuel saving, Anthony Lord, he tried doing it at Canada. He would have finished second to me probably in that race. Not trying to toot my own horn, but can Anthony Lord save enough fuel to make it to the end? As he's getting loose,
he's washed up. He's in the
to
wall.
his
Here comes
inside,
Landon Lyle. Jonah Yohaden is loving this. Here he comes.
And he's going to try to get under Anthony Ward.
He won't be able to.
Landon Lyle
oh, he got
goes
in the
back
wall a little
to the
bit.
lead.
He's going to lose a tiny bit of time there. You're not, if you're Jonah O'Hannon, though, you really don't need to pass him right now. You just got to stick with him because you know you have a better long run
he
truck.
wants to pass him, though. Here he comes to the inside of Lord.
I don't think he cares. He was so far behind, and he finally caught back up. Can Jonah Yohanan contend for this win?
He's gonna have to get by him now, quick though.
He's getting after him now. He's gonna have to use the bumper here, because Anthony Lord seems to be really falling off here. As Landon Lyle starts to scoot away.
This is the same situation we had with Kyler Scott and Anthony Ward. If you're Jonah Yohanan, you got to get by him now.
40 laps to go.
Anthony Lord continues to close the door as Landon Lyle finally having some clean air. He's been running behind Anthony Lord, saving his stuff.
Oh.
I imagine Kyler Scott's already pitted by now, so I don't know where he's going to come out. But
I think Anthony Lord's going to probably get punted here if he doesn't get going.
Oh. He's just going to give him away. He might just give it up finally. I think he realized.
Oh,
Oh, he just, I don't know what happened to
Jordan
Julian
Johanan
Moon.
around.
Yeah, he
That
just
is
like right
huge
hooked.
implications.
I don't know what happened. He just straight right hook there.
I think the car
I don't know
just,
if it-
truck just snapped sideways and he just lost it.
Well, he's gonna get back
Poor
going for
guy.
third, but he ran him down, and he's gonna have to run him down once again.
I don't know, man. I think it's too late in this race.
Yeah.
Sadly, I don't think you could run them down that much, as we actually see Landon Lyle going to the outside of Jeffrey
Jeffrey
Hunter, who
Hunker,
ends up
who's gonna
pitting.
pit. Yeah. I think he's gonna try to short pit it to try to get his lap back, which isn't a
That
bad
is-
call there.
That's rough if you're
One
of those top guys.
He continues to run in P3, so not the worst day ever, but unfortunately it does not look like it will be a race win, as we see Landon Lyle continue to lead, as knowing the fuel window is about 32 laps, it's going to be interesting to see when these two leaders pit, because knowing it will come down to fuel, will they be able to stretch it? As this is completely unrelated to anything, but Landon Lyle, after that last lap, has ended up leading 100 laps tonight. Very
That's half the
dominating
race.
performance.
But I just want to make a quick little tidbit here about the fuel saving thing. When it comes to fuel saving, we talked about this at the very beginning of the show. James Mendez. As long as he's in the right position, Lyle will be pitting here. Lyle's in this time. He signaled.
Anthony Ward, is he gonna pit with him? Anthony Ward's gonna stay out.
Anthony Ward possibly in the catbird seat now. I think when he was backing up into Jonah Johanan, I think he was saving gas. And that's exactly how he's up here now. As two top trucks.
Kevin, no, not Kevin. Luca Mazzilli went around, looked like he's entering pit road there. I caught the tail end of him just said backwards, but
I think this really just helps out Anthony Ward a lot.
he made it one extra lap. That could potentially be the one lap he needs. Who knows? We'll see. We're hearing he's gonna be one short, but he could definitely save one lap. We just
Lyle
didn't
out
do
of
it
the
there.
pits.
So that means Landon Lyle is gonna be too short. That could be huge.
Will he be aggressive for it though? As Anthony Ward's still in the pits right now.
Definitely imagine Landon Lyle is gonna come back out in front of Anthony Ward. But that's
He's
not.
out now.
We can't forget though, where's Kyler Scott? He's had the freshest tires out of everybody.
Kyler
I think-
Scott gets by him.
I think Kyler is gonna be the leader again. Yeah, Kyler's the leader by like a wide margin right now. But we know he's gotta make like 2 more
That-
stops.
He has to
That
make
is
one more
huge.
stop. Has Kyler Scott played
Anthony-
the correct strategy?
Anthony Ward just outcycled Lyle by a significant margin. He overcut him by about a second, give or take.
Wonder if Landon Lyle had issues on pit road then, because that really surprises me. Something must have happened to Lyle that we missed, because I feel like Landon Lyle should have came out a lot sooner than he did.
Now, what do you do if you're Kyler Scott? Because
I think Kyler Scott with the big, it's like the gap that
You
he
gotta cut it in
has.
half. You cut it in half, I think.
That's what he did this halfway, actually, is we haven't had a caution. He ended up splitting it in thirds. I think that was almost the correct strategy. I don't think he'll win this race with Anthony Lord being as close as he is, making it
And he's
unreal
in the
to
wall.
actually see Kyler Scott getting in the wall. But with this big of a lead, he continues to lead, and as he split in fours, he's gonna end up hitting in the next like 5-ish laps. I don't know if he got loose there or not, but he continues to lead by a pretty decent margin.
I think if he can pit here and get out quickly, this could very well benefit Kyler Scott. Because if it, let's just
Jeffrey
say,
Hunter's gonna send him.
if
He wants his lap back.
Kyler Scott pits here, and he's good on fuel and tires, and let's say the rest of these guys that are all trying to stretch it start running out of gas and dropping like flies, This race could still fall into Kyler Scott's lap.
It definitely
So-
could. He just gotta. At first, I think he has to let the 74 go. Though. At 74 is
Karanka's
wanting
just
his lap
shoving
back.
him around right now.
Yeah, he wants his lap back. I think you just let him go here. That's not the one you're fighting. But Anthony Ward, the next truck is Anthony Ward's coming up fast.
Now, if I'm Kyler Scott, I think I'm going to battle Anthony Ward for all I'm worth. And try to get Landon Lyle up here to try to hold him up. I think that's in my best interest right now. As they come out of turn 2, Haranka wanting this lap back really badly here. This is
Watch
really
Anthony Ward
hurting
make it
Kyler
3
Scott.
wide.
He's going to
Watch him make it 3 wide.
Watch this.
He's gonna make it 3 wide.
3 wide
I
through the
know where this
middle.
is going. Here he goes.
Yep, he's going to try it. But you got to remember, Jeffrey Haranka doesn't want either of these guys past him. Oh, Kyler
Kyler.
Scott!
I don't know what
He
happened
backs out
there.
of
He got loose or something.
But
I
Jeffrey
think he
Haranka-
let him around. He knows he's gonna have to pit in the next couple laps. I don't know if that's a signal or not, but he's gonna be pitting here pretty soon.
Yes, he's pitting here.
Oh, he is pitting. He is
pits
pitting.
now.
He's in.
It's a very solid end.
Is he? Yeah, solid entry. Didn't hit the box, so
Nope,
we'll
he's
see
all
if the
good.
strategy pays off.
Now, if I'm Landon Lyle right now, I'm loving what Jeffrey Haranka's doing. But I gotta get by this 87 quick.
I mean,
As
if you're
does he use
Anthony
him up
Ward, though,
here.
do you really need to fight Jeffrey Hunker? I mean, this isn't your battle. Your battle's that truck behind you fighting someone else. I mean, yeah, sure, to have a
I
buffer
think
here,
Haranka might
but
give him the shot. As no, he's clear now.
I believe Jono Hannon's still in third. I'm not sure where he's at, though. I think he's coming out of 4 right now.
Kyler Scott's out of the pit lane now.
See, Anthony Ward has a 1-truck buffer between him and Landon Lyle. He wants to make it 2. That 13 is up in front of him right now. He'd love to have 2 buffer.
I think Jeffrey Haranka might just let the 24 Landon Lyle go here. I don't think he wants to fight him too hard now, knowing that he can't really contend for this win anymore.
I wouldn't say so just yet.
Oh,
He's
Haranka,
still
I meant.
decent.
Can't contend.
He's still
Lyle's
decent
still in
amount
it.
behind.
Haranka, knowing
Oh.
that he's out of the race, yeah, he let him go. I figured.
Oh, 13
Kudos
hit the
to-
wall a little bit.
Kudos to Jeffrey Haranka for doing that. As,
now if you're-
Anthony Ward giving a shot to the 13 truck here. Does the 13 pay it back?
I mean, if you're Anthony Ward, you have to go. This isn't, you don't have time to play around with lap trucks.
Well, when he makes a
The
mistake
thing
like that,
is,
we'll have to
will
continue to
Kyler
close to him.
Scott be on the right end of the strategy? Hearing reports that drivers are 2 or more laps short. Can Kyler Scott pull this win out of nowhere? I mean, will he? The only car that we know as of right now that is good to the end is Kyler Scott, and I'm not a betting man, but I'm willing to bet that he is the only one for sure good right now.
Rock NASCAR wants a lap count. I think it's 18 to go at the moment, so it should be 17 when when Anthony Ward gets to the line here.
Oh man, as that gap between the 2 leaders has shrunk.
This will be 17 to go.
And there's a huge wad of lap trucks up ahead of him.
As Landon Lyle continues to close the gap, as
That
he
13
continues to
is-
close on Anthony Lord. Will Anthony Lord make it? He doesn't seem like he's saving, so
He might still be
Yeah.
a lap short.
He might still be saving. That's the issue, because remember, he went a lap further than Landon Lyle did. If Anthony Ward can't make it, then we know for a fact Landon Lyle can't make it.
So,
I
will
think
these guys
Kyler's still going to finish in second place.
at least. He'll at least get in the top 5 out of this thing. So I'd say that's a successful day for Kyler Scott. But now, if I'm Anthony Lord, I'm having a heart attack right now. I'm trying to talk to these people on the radio, say, hey, please get out of my way. We got the leaders coming through here. Landon Lyle's making a move for the lead.
I think he's going to let him go here. I think he's saving.
He comes on the outside.
It definitely looks like it.
Yeah. I think if he lets him go here out of 4, that'll tell the full picture. No, he's not. He's fighting back. Anthony Lord does not want to give up the lead just yet.
Well, remember, he's only 1 lap short.
16 laps to go. They're not backing down anytime soon. And there's a humongous wad of trucks up here.
It's the 40 of Andrew Miller. Looks like the 21 of Johnson Martin. I can't tell the third truck who that is.
That's Jose Perez, Jonathan Martin, and Andrew Miller.
Anthony Lord's worst nightmare. That's what that is.
Oh,
he got over contact! Here comes...
Remember, Landon Lyle and Jose Perez are teammates.
Oh, we got one spinning up here. Luca Mazzilli.
Oh, is he have contact?
Around again.
Contact coming into the pits.
Looks like only 1 truck though. They will keep it green here.
How did these two both negotiate that traffic so perfectly? We are still under green, by the way,
they
folks.
can. It was over to contact, but I mean, it didn't really affect
Coming
either one
to
too much.
13 laps to go.
13 to go, and we know. I don't think Landon Lyle makes it. It's going to be a question.
Coming to 12 laps
12
left.
to go.
Next car up the road is MJ Cerullo. 12 laps to go. Are you good on gas or are you not? Gatlin Downey coming out of the pits up ahead of him. Will he race these guys or will he let them go? I think he's going to be able to pull away. He's
going to get up to speed fast enough. Yeah, fresh tires, I don't think he's going to be much of an issue.
As soon as these leaders come right now, I think Landon Lyle's still, like you said earlier, Evil, better on exit, which is where you want to be better.
Yeah, but like I said, now this is a fuel issue. We know, like I said, Anthony Ward's an iffy one. I don't think Landon Lyle
11 to
can
go,
make
by the
it.
way. Here they come.
So Anthony Ward's the one that pitted last, and he's
10
even going to lap
laps
later.
to go. 10 laps to go here. Ten laps left here.
21 coming out of pit road. He might affect this a little bit, depending where he comes out.
I think he's going to let both these guys.
Gets out of the way.
He knows there's a battle for the win going on. Oh, oops, I actually switched off. As here they come right now. I think Lyle's starting to back it off a little bit, trying to save a little bit of gas.
So 2 more trucks up ahead.
Oh,
that one down.
Messed up. Here comes Landon Lyle. A little bit of contact possibly. No, he keeps it clean. Side by side for the lead here in Iowa. Here comes Lyle. He's going to go contact. Lyle will not be denied as he takes the lead away.
I mean, if you're Anthony Ward, you need to make sure you're good on fuel. I'm pretty sure if you can barely make it, there's no way that Landon Lyle makes it. So I think you just save fuel here. Like he is right here. He's going to come back for him, it looks like.
Anthony Lord getting after Landon Lyle. Does he use the bumper? I thought he would right there. Surprised he didn't.
And Cerullo coming back to pit road for his final pit
Kyler
stop.
Scott is coming out of turn 2 right now. He's halfway down the back straightaway. So if he can unlap himself from these two, they head into turn 1.
But here comes the battle for lead once again.
Are you third? James Mendez.
We just heard that James Mendez
up to
is
third. But is he good on fuel?
If both of these run out. There's only
Third
2
place
cars
is
on
in
the lead
turn
lap.
1 and 2 right now.
Lord,
There's really about to only be 2 cars on the lead lap as Anthony Lord takes the lead back.
I think there's 3 at the moment.
With only 6 laps to go.
There's only 3 trucks on the lead lap, it looks like right now.
Where's Kyler Scott?
I have no clue.
Landon Lyle to the inside of Anthony Lord.
I'm looking for him real quick. He's on the back stretch. They're on the front stretch. I don't think he's into much of a factor here.
Iowa.
What Kyler needs is for everyone to run out. That's so.
Oh, they're gonna make contact. They're able to save it. I think Anthony Lord realizes that Lyle is not going to be able to make it, so he decides to do the conscious thing and back out of it. As Lyle leads, 4 to go. Can Landon Lyle make it to the end? I think if you're Landon Lyle, you're going to have to hope and pray that you find some extra fuel. I mean, you realize, oh,
he might be pitting. He's pitting. I think he's pitting. I think he's pitting.
Lyle has to pit here.
Splash and go for Lyle Chad
as this hands it off to Anthony Lord.
3 to go. Can Anthony Lord make it? I feel like he's been pushing
you just gotta
too
coast.
much.
You just gotta coast. I mean, you have no one behind you. You just coast it. You don't even have to like run that hard right now. The second place is about 20 seconds back. I mean, you just coast it right now. This is going to be 2 to go, I believe. Yeah, there's no more cautions.
Cautions are for 3 to go, actually.
I think if you're Anthony Lord, you just put that thing in neutral if you have it, and you're going to coast. 2 laps to
go for the 2 truck. No one behind him.
This would be the lap he runs out of gas.
You can't pit here. He's just got to go for it.
Coming to the white flag.
Coming to the white flag. When will he sputter? If he sputters. Anthony Lord takes the white flag here.
White flag for Lord.
One and two.
Down turn 1 and 2 for the last time. I think he might be out, but it's gonna be kind of hard to tell. No, he's still going. He's still going.
He's gonna
down to
he's
3
and
4.
He can
last time. Anthony Lord saves enough fuel.
Anthony Lord's gonna win it here at Iowa. Wow.
We have James Mendez is gonna come home second after saving enough fuel. We're gonna pick up him coming down 3 and 4 for the last time here. He's sputtering, but it looks like he's gonna barely make it. He'll come across second. Not bad for his first start. Whole 2 trucks on the lead lap.
And
I think we have enough time for a couple interviews. We have like 10 minutes for everyone.
Ashton Tackwell ends up finishing P3, I believe, and what a race. We knew it was going to come down to fuel. Anthony Lord just had the correct strategy, and I believe, I'm sorry to say, but I think Landon Lyle's top 5 streak comes to an end. If I'm not wrong.
It's kind of hard to tell. He might have finished like 4th or 5th with everyone that had to pit as well. I'm really not sure where he ended up finishing, though.
Ashton Tackwell in the 87 truck is going to bring home P3. Wow.
That definitely sounds like someone we can try to get an interview for if they want it.
We're going to definitely try to get some guys here that we want to talk to. We want to talk to our race winner, Anthony Lord.
The fastest lap, I believe, ends up being Kevin.
Oh, shoot.
So who else do we want in here? We have our 1, 2, and 3. Unfortunately, it kind of ends up like that. We could get Weil. Kevin Uglitz is an option. I say we talk to Kyler. I think that'd be a good one for a 4th.
Yeah, I want to get Lyle in here too because Lyle ran a really good race.
Alright, so we're going to have 5, I believe.
Yep, I think that'll be it. Alright.
Okay, I believe I got an invite out to everyone we wanted. We'll see if they join or not. We'll give them a couple minutes.
Yeah, since we're interviewing so many people, I'll start off with Ashton Tackwell. You got a copy? Hello? You got a copy, Ashton?
Ashton, you there?
Might have some technical difficulties there. We could come back to him if we need to.
You want me to
I'm
start
here.
with Kyle?
I'm
We can
here.
start with-
Oh, he's here, he's here,
Oh,
he's here,
okay,
he's here.
You there? Okay.
Alright,
Alright.
so, P3 and a fuel saving race. Tell me how it feels to finish P3 after a crazy race like tonight.
That's pretty. That's really wasn't expecting it. I mean, I really didn't have that much speed to be honest. Probably a 10th place car, but then about we were pitting halfway through the second half of the race. I noticed that we were only 4 laps short. So not putting on. My goal was just to save fuel and make sure I could make it to the end. But yeah, that I don't take a P3 for sure.
Yeah, definitely. I would take a P3 too, especially in a save race. This definitely helps you a lot in the standings. I don't know exactly where you stand, but a P3, 42 points is definitely going to shoot you up in the point standings. So congrats on the third place finish. You got any shout outs?
Shout out to Daddy Hector, Fisher G for spotting me for 3 laps, Eddie Kalegi for being my team owner-ish, and then Ryan Whitaker for also being my team owner. Alright, there
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah,
Thank you, Ashton.
congrats on the third place finish. Good luck next week. I don't know exactly where we go, but
I hope
definitely
so,
gonna
I
be
think.
interesting. Yeah, Homestead.
Thank you.
Good luck next week. And,
Thanks.
And
Oops.
send it off
Next.
to Fear, and you can pick who you
All right.
interview.
I'd like to take the dominant truck of the night, guy who led the most laps, half the race actually, Landon Lyle. Lyle, do you want to just describe to me how good your truck was tonight? Because you seem to be untouchable for the first half of the race.
Yeah, my truck was really fast. Credit to Kevin. We practiced like 2 hours 2 days ago, and just to get the setup working, and it was a really fast car today. I led like half the race. Had some good battles with everyone, but I think I hit the pit box or the cone thing when I was getting in the pits, and that screwed me up a little bit. But the caution came out when I got the penalty, so I started 16th from the EOL, and I went right back up to 4th at halfway. So I'm happy for that. There's some good points.
Yeah, so I just wanted to ask you, how did it feel in that final stint? Trying to push Anthony Ward as hard as you can to try to get him to run out of gas. I just want to know how that felt like. To know that you were short too, and just risking it all to try to see if he could run out of gas with you.
Yeah, honestly, I was pretty confident he was going to win because of his shifter. And you go into neutral, that really benefits, and he was going to have the win by a long shot. So I was thinking of short pitting, and it kind of did at the end. I don't know. I was really fast that race. I definitely should have won off of just pure speed. I still got the top 5 streak alive. That was a good points day, especially because Eastwan didn't race, and that would probably extend my lead by like, I don't know, a margin of 50 in points. But overall today was pretty good. It sucks that I couldn't get a top 3 or win the race even, but go on next week in Miami and see if we can get a win.
Thank you, Lyle. Good job today.
Thank you.
Alright, we'll go on to our next one. We'll save Anthony Ward for last since he was our winner today. I will go ahead and interview Mr. James Mendez. He has audio included here.
I do.
You had a very interesting race. We kept hearing over your in-car radio that you didn't have the best truck. It wasn't the best handling. You started on the pole, fell back to about like 6 or 7. Started working your way back up and ended up finishing second because of a fuel strategy. Overall, how'd your race go besides that, though?
Well, kind of like how you summed it up. It was a midfield truck. I would say top 10 for sure, but I think I just didn't have enough pace just in general to keep up with those guys unless it was like a 5-lap run. But, you take a P2 when you get one, especially at a track you're not really good at. So, happy I can get at least one run in OMA. And
Let's see if we can get a win.
Thank you, Lyle. Good job today.
Thank you.
All right, we'll go on to our next one. We'll save Anthony Ward for last since he was our winner today. I will go ahead and interview Mr. James Mendez. He has audio included here.
I do.
You had a very interesting race. We kept hearing over your in-car radio that you didn't have the best truck. It wasn't the best handling. You started on the pole, fell back to about like 6 or 7s. Started working your way back up and ended up finishing second because of a fuel strategy. Overall, how'd your race go besides that, though?
Well, kind of like how you summed it up. It was a midfield truck. I would say top 10 for sure, but I think I just didn't have enough pace just in general to keep up with those guys unless it was like a 5-lap run. But, you know, you take a P2 when you get one, especially at a track you're not really good at. So, happy I can get at least one run in OMA and got P2, so can't say I did bad.
Yeah, second and the first start's definitely not bad at all. Like I said, especially just that fuel strategy that paid off at the end. Like I said, probably without it would have been maybe like a top 10 run, top 7, but overall pays off. Top 2, and Homestead's next. Another good track I've noticed, and fuel saving can also be a good thing there. So hopefully you can improve one spot better next week.
Yep, it was good running with these guys. Some of them are much faster than me, so some improving to do, but it was a good day.
Yes, it was. You got any quick shout-outs real quick?
Shout out to the Lounge Boys. I know you guys are watching. I'm going to race with you guys in like 10 minutes, so shout out to you boys. And Tim for giving me the car this week.
Alright, that was James Mendez, our second place finisher, and we have, I think, Kyler next, if anyone wants to get it.
Well, Drew's having mic problems right now, so I guess I'll just take the next two, unless he can get his going time. But Kyler, I want to talk to Kyler Scott here, because Kyler, you had a crazy race, I just want to say. Like, you had the craziest pit strategy, which almost worked out for you. Had all those top guys ran out of gas, you would have been sitting in the captain seat going for the win. So I just want to know what it was like being on that inverse strategy and having to outrun those guys behind you as soon as you got the lead. What did that feel like?
First off, that wasn't even the only crazy part about my race. When I started, my wheel was uncalibrated, so I had to fix that real quick. So I started way behind everyone. That's why there was one car way behind on the start. If anyone noticed, I don't know. But with the strategy, I know I'm a terrible fuel saver. So I just prayed for a caution and I didn't get it, so it's pretty frustrating because I had top 3 car at least. But we'll take the 6th place when we can get it, I guess.
Definitely a strong run for you here, Kyler. Hoping that you can bring that speed to Homestead next week. That'd be really fun to see. And is there anyone you want to shout out or give thanks to?
Yeah, thank you for Sebi for providing me with a car and a team to drive for, and thank you to Fisher for entertaining me throughout that race, because that was a long one.
Thank you, Kyler.
Alright, that leaves us just one left, and as our race winner, Anthony Ward. Do you have your audio included?
Yes, sir.
Well, that was definitely an interesting end. We noted that you ran 1 lap longer than Lyle did, and it paid off with a fuel-saving win. Overall, how was that truck today?
You know, we really didn't know what we were going to have starting 18th. I mean, it's difficult to tell how fast your truck is when you're in traffic most of the race. So, you know, after the first half, you know, we were able to start up front there, and you know, after being out there for a while, I noticed that it was a little too loose, so we made one adjustment on the pit stop, and the first one of the second half, and it was beautiful after that.
Yes, it was. I mean, that was pretty much the most perfect race you can run, especially with the fuel saving at the end. I believe Fear has a couple questions though as well. I was going to pass it to him.
Yeah, I just want to ask you, Anthony, how did it feel on that final sit knowing that you're tight on fuel and Lyle's on your rear bumper pushing you to run as hard as you can? How did that feel for you knowing that you had to manage both your fuel and your pace on that final stint?
Well, I will say, you know, I was a little worried about what Lyle was going to do because I was on a controller tonight, so I didn't have my shifter, so I was pretty much on an equal playing field with him on fuel. But you know, I felt like when we got the lead out of the pits, he had to make up the gap. So I saved fuel while he was running up to me. So by the time he got up to me, we were good on fuel, but the issue that I was concerned about was the tires. Because there was a few times where we both were running the bottom and he would get into the bumper and the truck would turn a little bit. And it was taking 1% off every time he did it. So I was actually more worried about the right rear than anything else.
And I was going to say, how did it feel coming out of turn 4, no one else in sight, the closest truck 20 seconds behind you, and knowing that you had the win all secured? How did that feel?
Oh, there's no better feeling. I mean, I was worried that somebody else was going to do it. I was so focused on Lyle. I mean, then my thought was, well, you know, when I saw him pit one lap early in the second pit stop, I knew he was going to run out of fuel. So then it was, well, I didn't pay attention to everybody else. I didn't know if anybody pitted behind me on the same lap, so I was kind of worried. And then when I saw that almost everybody else was, you know, that he was still in second, like 3/4 of the way around the track, I'm like, oh my gosh, did I actually do this? And I think it felt even better the fact that 2 years, like it's almost been 2 years, we've won the extra North Championship and then got suspended after getting put in 88 for VRC. And now we're back this season and we got a win. Our first real OMA win. So that's a big relief, I'd say.
And now I got one last thing to ask you. Is there anyone you want to thank for this win tonight?
Well, I mean, I really got to hand it to Expert Racing and the Expert Racing Esports team because they've stuck with me since Extra. You know, they gave me my first ride, and, you know, even after all the stuff that went down, you know, he still fought for me and gave me this ride this season. And, you know, he's handled, you know, all of the backlash that we've gotten this season already, you know, perfectly. So I gotta hand it to him for giving me the ride, believing in me, and yeah, I just want to bring this title home for him.
Your winner, Anthony Lord, everybody.
Overall, that was a very great race. We're gonna try to wrap this up a little bit quicker than normal because we do have a couple of obligations we got to fill here. But overall, how was that race today, Fear and Drew?
I would say that was a pretty solid race. Again, this is like the 3rd week in a row that there's been some sort of chaos coming to the finish. Last week at Canadian Tire was fuel saving. This week at Iowa was fuel saving, and then Auto Club was just chaos on the final lap. But all in all, I'm very happy with what we saw here today at Iowa. Put on a good show, and I'm very excited for Homestead next week. At least I think it's Homestead.
Yeah, it's going to be Homestead. It should be another interesting one with multiple Drews like we saw today. I don't think Drew's here right now, so we'll go ahead and kind of end it right here. Congrats to Anthony Ward on his win. We will see you guys next week on Friday like normal for Homestead. And I will go ahead and I will actually be broadcasting RHRL as well, so I need to get ready for that. And Fear is going to be racing in it. Good luck to him on that.
Thank you.
But we will go ahead and get this wrapped up here and see you guys next week. And if you don't tune